From returning to the second season of the viral HBO series The Last of Us, to taking a trip to ancient Rome to Gladiator 2, here's what's next for Pedro Pascal. Since 2023 started, this man has become the internet's daddy. And it's all thanks to The Last of Us. The video game adaptation / mad apocalyptic thriller series took the world by storm in 2023, and saying the leading man Pedro has got his fair share of fame with it would be putting it lightly, fam. He killed it as Joel, with his reluctant daddy bear vibes protecting Bella Ramsey's teen character while bringing an insane level of badassery and intensity that pulls you to the edge of your seat. No wonder the show was greenlit for season 2, and you better believe the star of the show will be back to dazzle you some more. Not much has been revealed about it yet, and masses have been turning to the actor asking him to throw a bone. Much like y'all, Pascal says he doesn't know a thing. But that's not surprising, considering it's hardly been 6 months since the first season ended. All I've heard is that filming for the second one would begin in early 2024. But with the writers' strike looming over Hollywood like a bad cloud, don't count on it. Be ready for some delays, but hey, sooner or later, at least Pedro's coming back with a second chapter. He's got way too many roles lined up for the future, suddenly making him the busiest man in Hollywood, and kickstarting a fresh wave of Pedro mania. Honestly, it's about time. He's been acting since the late 90s, but it's only now that the Hollywood execs are realizing his potential, lining up to hire him. And the first in line is HBO Max, who have scooped him up for another series, My Dentist's Murder Trial. I'd say you gotta thank HBO for being the fast-rising A-lister's saving grace. They cast him in his first mega project, Game of Thrones, as the short-lived but memorable smooth talker Oberyn Martell. Then, of course, the studios tried him out as a lead in The Last of Us, where he effortlessly hit it out of the world. And now that HBO has made the actor a cult favorite, ain't no way they're letting him slip away. Pedro's starring in their upcoming true crime short series alongside Stranger Things' reluctant daddy, David Harbour. What's this new project about? Well, My Dentist's Murder Trial's story is in the title. It'll follow a mellow dentist, Dr. Gilbert Nunez, played by our very own Pedro, who will be accused of best friend's murder. Ooh, talk about upping the ante. This whodunit trope will bring out your inner lawyer and Sherlock Holmes. So far, there's no word on David's character, maybe he's the best friend or something, but I do know that the series is inspired by a 2017 New Yorker article of the same name. If you're interested in a spoiler, go right ahead and read it. As for the release date, I'm bummed to report there hasn't been any announcement so far. The last update fans got was in July 2022 when the series was in the early stages of development, so we might be looking at a 2024 release. I know, that's a lot of waiting. But on the flip side, you're about to get his next movie, Strange Way of Life. It has already had its dazzling Cannes premiere, and in May 2023, it was released in Spain. That means a release is just around the corner. This is yet another short project with a runtime of mere 31 minutes. But trust me, guys, even in the limited time, the story is heavy. Ready for it? Strange Way of Life is a gay cowboy movie set in the Wild Wild West and bringing some insane action to your screens. Hooked yet? Wait, there's more. It's pairing two of the hottest guys in Hollywood, Pedro and Ethan Hawke. The Mandalorian star will be playing the rancher Silva, and Hawke would be Sheriff Jake. Both characters have some unfinished business that'll only be resolved by pistol duels or some horizontal tango. Ooh la la, that sure raises the anticipation level. No matter how long it takes to arrive in America, I know the wait will be worth it. Also, Pascal's just spreading love lately cause, like this movie is a gay romance, his next project is a lesbian comedy. You heard that right, it's called Drive Away Dolls. Coming from the trippy mind of the Oscar-winning Ethan Coen. Ethan, who's the director, co-writer, and co-producer of the upcoming film, has been hyping fans lately, describing his brainchild as filthy fun, and you know what? I'll take his word for it. If you're looking for a movie with hilarious banter and snappy one-liners, this guy's got you covered. He can take any classic concept and put his zany spin on it. Even the plot seems like the project is a non-stop comedy show on wheels. That's right, Drive Away Dolls will take you on a road trip with Jamie, a free-spirited chick who just broke up with his girlfriend, and her uptight best friend Marion. Both of them need a major pick-me-up, and what's better than a road trip? They'll set out on the journey, but some rookie criminals are joining in to liven the party. That sounds like the perfect recipe for an adventure, or misadventure more like it. As for the cast, it's packing a unique mix. With expected stars like Pedro himself, Matt Damon, Beanie Feldstein, and upcoming talent such as Geraldine Viswanathan and the Maid star Margaret Qualley. Thankfully, I know when you need to book your tickets for this one. Folks, mark your calendars for September 22nd. What's more, if you want a little taste of it, the official trailer is out. And it looks every bit nuts as you can imagine, but in a good way. Pedro looks right at home in the experimental comedy flick, promising to bring the house down with laughter. His next movie is experimental too, but it's more heavy-duty. Freaky Tales is Anna Boden and Ryan Fleck's epic Brainwave, an original idea that combines 4 stories instead of 1, set in the late 80s Oakland. I've heard they may use real-life historical events, but one thing's for sure, the freaky title has intrigued the heck out of fans. Add the stellar lineup and the hype level climbs a step further. Joining our Chile-born homie, you've got Euphoria's Angus Cloud, Top Gun Maverick's Jay Ellis, Ben Mendelsohn reporting fresh from Secret Invasion, MCU's Ironheart Dominique Thorne, Avatar 2's Jack Champion, and pop diva Normani, to name a few. Whoa, now that's a top-notch talent pool. But unfortunately, none of their characters have been revealed yet. All that slipped from the sets of Freaky Tales is that it wrapped filming in January 2023, so not long now till we get more details. Just like this, Pascal's next Flickathon has its details tightly under wraps. Even its story is kept hush-hush, and all fans have got is the title, Weapons, which I think it's enough to stir up fans. The only plot hint the creators have slipped out is that you should expect something like Paul Thomas Anderson's psychological feast of a flick, Magnolia. This 1999 masterpiece turned up the dial of drama, making you squirm yet laugh nervously. Weapons would be something similar, only it's driving into horror. Barbarian director Zach Kreger is taking the director's chair for this one, and has also penned the script. He might be bringing his barbarian horror thriller touch to this upcoming flick as well. So better buckle up for it, fam. And while we're discussing exciting movies you should be ready for, the best Pedro project, and saying it has amped the hype would be an understatement. It's a sequel no one was expecting. I'm talking about the action-packed Roman epicness, Gladiator 2. That's right. Get ready to revisit history as this larger-than-life actor heads back to ancient Rome's best gladiators. Now, the first thing you need to know is, sadly, Russell Crowe's Maximus isn't leading the show. Instead, Oscar nominee Paul Mescal is taking charge as Lucius. You might remember this character as the young nephew of Joaquin Phoenix's Commodus. He's all grown up now, and looks like he's got his battles to fight. As for Pedro's role, it hasn't been revealed yet, but we do know Denzel Washington, Joseph Quinn, May Kalamaui, Fred Hetchinger, Djimon Hounsou, Derek Jacobi, and the only person from Gladiator's original cast, Connie Nielsen, aka Lucilla, mother of Lucius, are joining the party. Another good news is filming already started in June 2023, and it's set to release on November 24th, 2024, which might be the year in which most of these Pascal films will come out, so all I've left to say is, watch out world, Pedro's coming for ya. From taking a trip to ancient Rome in Gladiator 2 to returning to the second season of the viral HBO series The Last of Us, that's all on what's next for Pedro Pascal.